Okay, we're back, and I have my sheet of Rice Krispies here because I like to cheat and buy it already made. I love these sheets. You just open them up, and they're just nice and consistent. You know how thick they are, how put together they are. They're not too soft, not too firm, blah, blah, blah. I love them. But you can also just make them, the regular way that you make the Rice Krispie Treats. Put them in a sheet pan and unmold them. So for the first part, I am going to make a leprechaun's head. We're going to have leprechaun's head and just two arms basically coming out of the pot, like he's coming out of the pot of gold. So I have these extra little pieces that I cut around for something else. So I'm actually going to use these to make his head because I kind of form it anyway. So what I'll do is I'll just see how I can just scrunch these pieces together. Something like this. Like, oh, that doesn't look like a head. Make it a little bit longer. Now, if these get a little hard on you, maybe you didn't have it wrapped up all the way, you can microwave it just for a few seconds, not too long, because you don't want them to heat up too much. Okay, so I want it more rounded at the bottom here, a little bit more flat up here, because that's where his hat's going to go. So like here, and a little bit more. Okay, so this will be like the chin area down here, and then the hat will be up here. Now for the hat, I just cut this. What I want to do is, I like to kind of cut in at an angle a little bit, like that, and it's always cut a little bit bigger than you think because it's easier to cut it down, harder to add to. So this was part of the hat, like this. I'm gonna make it a little shorter. Okay, and then we need the brim of the hat. So with the brim of the hat, you just cut a strip, and that'll go in here. Okay, and I just attach it like up a little bit higher, like that, and then cut it so that it's even on both ends. I'll just kind of push it in. We can put this little piece back here to support it if we need. Actually, this one's thinner. So see how you just kind of use the little scraps and push it back this way. And that'll support that. So then we can just kind of round this a little bit, round the edge here, so when we put the fondant over it, it doesn't cut up the fondant. So I think I'll add a little bit more, or what I should do, see this area where I just actually filled in? If I take the knife and cut a little of this out, there, then it's going to fit right up in there very nicely. Let me turn it around, make sure I like the size. I think I'll add a little bit more here, so maybe that piece I just cut off. It's like a little jigsaw puzzle. Now this can get kind of heavy, so we are going to have to support it in the cake. You know, once we have this, and we're actually going to put it together with some chocolate here also in a minute. So if I were to cover this just in the fondant right now for the face, it wouldn't be that smooth because the Rice Krispies were kind of bumpy. Let me get this out of the way for a sec. So I have some chocolate here. So it does two things. It's actually going to support this also. We need to take a dowel, put chocolate on it, and then right from down here, you want to twist. Get this stuff out of the way. So what I'm doing is twisting and going all the way through. Now you might say, well, why didn't you put a point on the end? Sometimes if you put a point on the end, then it's more likely to slide all the way through, and I don't want that. Okay.